Good morning, Paul DeMerico, Operations Section Chief for Rocky Mountain Team 1. Today's morning update and today's plan for October 21st. Sounded like a little bit of a broken record every day, but that's a good thing when we're talking about no issues, no concerns, all the way around from the west end of the fire to the north end of the fire. We do continue to have resources spread throughout this area, focusing especially on south of Bel Air Lakes as we continue to secure and mop up this area here. I talked about yesterday it being a dirty burn. We're getting there. It sounds like another day or so, and we anticipate not having a whole heck of a lot of activity in those interior fuels. Going down to the southeast corner of the fire, good day overall yesterday. We weren't able to fly a whole heck of a lot due to some transport winds and shifting winds on the mountain range, but we did have a good day. We did some burnout operations to secure this piece of line on the Buckhorn 44H road. We continue to go a combination of direct and indirect line. For the most part, that's been completed. There's a little section left that we plan on getting into and working today. No movement there, and we're feeling good about it staying where it's at. Went some direct line into here, just south of the Buckhorn Road to continue that fire spread to the north. And then also did a little burnout here in this triangle here yesterday as well, and that was successful. Feeling really good about where we're at here as far as the fire progressing north. Going over to what we're calling Division Uniform on the spot fire. Another good day in there yesterday. They continued to go direct. This is all looking really good. That's why we have the black containment line in there. We didn't want to show it all the way around yet because today we were expecting winds, and I'll get to that here in a minute at the end, but we wanted to make sure that this is really secured and contained before we went and put black line around it. We did have a problem area, just it being really steep and inaccessible. We talked about yesterday's briefing that we may go indirect in there, but we've decided yesterday with all the retardant that was dropped the previous day that we had a good opportunity to put ground forces in there, and they went direct on that. So overall, this spot fire that we had is looking really good. And if we can get through today's wind event, which I'll touch on, we're feeling confident that this isn't going to increase in acreage. Going down to Victor, we show some containment line here. Looking really good in this area. No issues, no concerns. Today we continue to secure and mop up around structures and using ground forces and mostly engine apparatus and water handling apparatus and equipment. And we feel hopefully by the end of the shift today, if it gets wind tested and whatnot, that we'll be adding containment line all the way to the bottom corner here. Looking down on the southern flank of this, of the fire on Cedar Park, Storm Mountain, and the retreat in Glen Haven and Drake, really good progress yesterday. It still continues to be an active firefight. We weren't able to fly a lot, like I mentioned earlier, but during the evening periods of time, we get a diurnal down slope wind. And then in the daytime, typically, it's an upslope wind. So a lot of our suppression actions during the day in these areas have been mostly successful. The issue being in this area is this piece of ground right in here between Storm Mountain and the retreat. It's really steep, really tight access for our firefighters, and not a whole heck of a lot of control features in that area. We do continue to assess that and look for our alternatives to how we're going to mitigate the fire spread to the south. What we're planning on doing is we've got a dozer line that we put in yesterday into this old burn scar and tying that back down to County Road 43. And there's a combination of existing roads and dozer line in this area that we're trying to also bring down to 43 so we can let the fire back down and be able to contain it while providing structure and point protection in these areas. And we continue to look at our opportunities in there. We are the North Fork Trail. We're utilizing the North Fork Trail, and this is this system here, to hold the fire and keep it from going north. We have put ground crews in there to open up that trail, to thin it out, so when the fire does hit it, it gives us a better opportunity to hold it there. Moving over to Division Whiskey and Zulu, it's more of a strategic operation where we're coordinating with the Rocky Mountain National Park and the park superintendent and having discussions on, if this fire does begin to move, what are our suppression opportunities in this area. So today, We're looking at another critical fire weather day that we've seen last Wednesday, last Friday, and then again today, very similar, up to 60-mile-an-hour winds, low relative humidities, and that's going to continue through tonight and into tomorrow. I want folks to, again, I want to reiterate, these conditions are really tough for our firefighters on the ground. And I also want to remind folks that our public and firefighter safety are our number one priority. So if the fire picks up and these winds do materialize, we are going to be moving folks into safe places. So keep in mind today, if the evacuation order comes into place, I want folks to adhere to that evacuation order and please get out of the way. Thank you and have a good day.